What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
It's Melody.
And Cody here, and you've tapped into
The Mama's Den.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Mama's Den podcast. No, I refuse.
It's already
Come
happened.
on.
We have to figure out a proper second line.
Well, that's a lot of work.
Okay.
Welcome to the Mama's Den podcast. We a bunch of mamas.
And we like to shake our ass.
Yes.
And I wish I had a fat ass.
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, baby.
Because I have a little booty. A little ballet booty.
You have a tiny waist and
saw a
long
second
legs.
ago.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so now I'm a what are those things called? I'll put this on Do Not Disturb. A praying mantis.
What? Okay.
That is not what I thought you were going to say.
What is this part
These
of
are
the
praying mantis arms. You know
The
they're always like
with a long body. That's why I laughed so hard, because the visual was giving
The
me
first time
accurate.
Gia and I had
It's so
intercourse, he
terrible.
said, your legs are really long.
Question. What made you use intercourse in that moment?
I don't know. It felt appropriate. I was trying to make it
Ashley's
appropriate.
We're at the beginning of the episode. We're easing people in.
Ashley's default is always a sexual.
That's
when in
just
doubt.
It was the
always
intercourse for
frontal
me.
lobe. It's just when I
frontal
think of
lobe
my
is-
legs, I always think about him being like, your legs are really long. I was like, opposed to short legs, but my legs are longer than his. So, you have to think about those things when you're mating, because
Well, you did it anyway.
When you're mating.
when you're trying,
When you're mating.
it matters.
You're mating. Intercourse.
Intercourse.
Mating. So that said, you guys mated, and now you have how many children?
4.
Damn.
We're retiring that
Okay,
in 2026.
in 2026 we'll retire, but
Thank
we
you.
still got
If you
time.
go,
You can't even
Go,
do it.
go.
You don't even
can't.
allow yourself to.
if you keep doing that, it's going to be damn forever.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
Damn
you set
forever.
yourself up for it.
Truce.
So Ashley, all your names, Chia.
Yes.
You have 4 daughters.
Yes, Amira 16, Lord. Zara is 9, Asia is 7, and Talia is 4. 4 now. She's 4.
Yep.
She's
Wow.
4. She's no longer 3. She's 4.
That's amazing. I love that for her.
Me too. Yeah.
Melanie Fiona.
I'm Melanie Fiona. I have 2 kids. That's it. 9 and 3.
That's one of y'all. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
My phone's not ringing.
Yours
Because
is
mine's on Do
vibrating,
Not
baby.
Disturb as well.
Are you enjoying the vibration on this
Yeah, hold
side?
on.
We're unhinged 2 minutes in.
Who is calling?
I am Cody Elaine Oliver. I have 3 children. I'm a boy mom. Aristotle and Langston are 7-year-old twins, and Brooks is 9 years old.
I always think that that's crazy that you have twins. You have 2 of the same
too.
child. That's wild.
Well, they're 2 different
They
people.
are
It's not like he
okay, you know
cloned
what?
himself.
The reality is they are different humans, but they are extremely identical.
They are
I can't tell
identical
them- I
twins.
can't tell them apart.
I love your children. I just don't know who they are when I see them.
Ever. Haven't.
I
for
don't
the
know
past
which one
7
is
years.
which.
Sometimes I don't know either.
Still?
Wow.
Yeah. No, fully factual. I'm not even being funny.
They really do look identical.
Do you ever worry that there was a point where you mixed them up?
No, Tommy tried to joke with them the other day, though. That he was joking with them, and he was like, Aristotle, how do you know
That you're
that you're Aristotle? Because
Not
you
the
know,
Jedi
and I
mind
was
trick.
Like, Tommy, we're not doing this.
But
first
he's
of all.
right.
But we left their bracelets on for a long time after we
Okay.
brought them home, and then I think we painted a nail,
Okay.
and then I saw Langston's birthmark behind his ear.
Okay.
While breastfeeding, I was like, oh my God, look at that!
Oh, that's sweet.
I know.
What is it a birthmark of? Just a little.
It's a little birthmark behind his ear, a little brown dot.
Do you know that I had a birthmark on my face until I was like 18 and it went away? I had
18?
a brown circle right here my whole life. It's in every childhood picture. Gone. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
But it makes sense. I'm many people. I think I just morphed
Absolutely.
into my new skin.
Absolutely.
The shedding.
But yeah, I genuinely don't know the difference a lot of the time. Sometimes it's like when they're talking, I'm ignoring you guys. Sometimes it's like when they're talking, I know the voice. So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that was Aristotle. You know what I mean?
Does one of their voices raspier than the other? Because they both have a little raspy
So
voice.
that has changed a lot. There was a time when they were like 3, and we thought Langston had a cold. Like that's how significant his voice sounded, and it stayed that way for maybe 2 years. Where it was
Wow.
very easy. You hear somebody and you're like, oh, that's Langston. Like other room, don't care, that's Langston. And now it's kind of leveled out, but there's still a little bit of a difference where depending on what they're saying or how long they're talking, I'm like, oh, that's Aristotle. That happened just the other day, and somebody was like, how did you know that was Aristotle? And I was like, it was just, I just could tell
I
by his
do love a
voice.
little kitty raspy voice though. It's my favorite jam.
Yeah.
It's okay. I love Kaya's voice. Do you ever notice how she does inflections in her voice? She's an actress. Like, she acts out her different. I love that girl. She's going places.
Both of my children are actors, 100%. Like, whether that becomes their professional identity, both of them are actors. We literally have been calling Cameron DiCaprio since he was a baby. And Kaya is Kaya Streep. Like, that's, I have two actors. Every day is entertaining.
The Halloween sold me, the witch broom. Did you see her flying around on the broom? And she was like, she didn't tell her to do that.
I said, okay, let me see you act like a witch. And she was like, and then she was like, and then just flew around on this broom. And I'm like, where'd you learn this?
Witch school.
Witch school. Melanie Fiona's School of Witches.
School of Witchery.
Where it takes one to know one.
Well, Asia was a sorceress for Halloween. And I was like, why do you want to be a sorceress? She was like, because you say we're always witches.
The specificity.
A sorceress. And I had to get her a sorceress costume.
How is that different than a witch, visually?
It has like stars on it. It's more sorcery.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? It's like more
smoke and crystal ball.
Yeah, and it had a hood.
Oh, wow.
And it was like blue and purple.
That's wild.
She had a spell wand.
Wait, what was I about to ask you guys? Oh, you know what? We were on a call the other day.
Yes.
And Ashley like casually dropped that Amira has a driver's license.
I did. I love a casual drop.
And
really
now
does.
it's been like a month or something, right? When did she get this driver's license?
She got her driver's license, and I think it was October 10th, on her first try. She always gets everything on her first try.
Good for her.
Except for like roles. She did audition for the Princess Diaries, Diary of a Princess. What's that? Princess Diaries.
Yes.
Yes. There was like a role.
Do we know anything yet?
I don't think she got it because by now she would have definitely got a call back, I think.
Listen,
Well, you never know.
Yes.
I mean, maybe
absolutely.
God willing, I'll be back on here like, psych, she's in the movie. But yeah, so that I think that's interesting because that's really hard for her because academically she gets everything because she just studies and gets it and she's a straight A student. She's never had a B in her life, which is very insane.
Yeah.
Not even an A minus. She literally gets a perfect score in everything she takes. And then with acting, it's not in her control. So I think that that's like, it's been interesting to watch her navigate that because she's like, I did what I was supposed to do and I submitted. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how that works. So it is interesting to see her try to navigate
difficult
that it doesn't
profession.
translate with your talent.
Yeah.
So.
Well, friend, I feel like we haven't really had a debrief on how you're feeling about this humongous milestone.
Oh, guys, I knew it was coming when she was born, that one day she would have to drive. No, and honestly, like, all jokes aside, you know, I got pregnant with her a year after my sister died in a very traumatic car accident that smashed her car like an accordion. It did. And it was really terrible. And I see the visions of it because her fiance decided to show me pictures of it because he's a demon. But anyway, sometimes I see, do you know what I mean, the car accident and all the horrible things about it. And when I had her, I literally, that's like one of the first things I thought about. I was like, one day she's going to have to drive. And I don't know what I'm going to do. So I definitely started like working through that prior when she was like 14, 15, because I was just like, she's never going to drive. We're going to have to get the money to get her a driver. That I was dead serious. And
A lot of people do that now, literally with Uber.
Or Waymo.
Teenagers don't be wanting to drive.
Waymo. And I thought that was weird, but a lady was like, she lets her 14-year-old take Waymo, but she said, well, it makes more sense for me to have my child in a car with, there's no person.
Waymo is a
driverless
car?
Yeah, the driver. Do they not have those on the East Coast yet? They're all over LA.
Whoa.
They were there when you were there. Maybe you just weren't paying attention.
They're there. They are outside.
Yeah, it
in
has like
Los
this
Angeles.
giant
It's a
thing
lot.
on. It's like, is it solar panel or
They're
electric
cameras.
or something? Oh,
there's one
okay.
on the top and there's multiple in the back and they just
they
go
just
like
always
this.
spinning.
There was a bunch of them here driving in Atlanta.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that. I believe
and
that.
then, I don't know if they have a different name brand now or if there's competitors, but they're the first one. It's like a self-driving car. But I was like, oh, that does make sense. She was like, well, I just feel safer with her in that than riding with a stranger. And I'm like, well,
I don't feel safe in those at all, but I
Me
understand
neither.
the logic. I do. I get
so
it.
she took, when we were doing our live show, or actually the week, because you know I had to work in Ohio a week before we did our live show, she took an Uber by herself for the first time because my mom just couldn't pick her up in time from going to work. And so she called me and I stayed on the phone with her the entire time because she was just like, and then she told me, she's like, yeah, I never want to do that again. She's so interesting because there's all these things that she thinks she's supposed to do at her age.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to drive by myself. And we still haven't let her just drive a car by herself.
I thought she brought the kids to the birthday party.
My mom was in
birthday
the car.
party. Oh. And then when they went home?
My mom or I or Chia have driven. She's never driven alone.
Oh.
I mean, even though she has her driver's license, I'm
Yes.
still just not ready for that. That's like a whole nother dynamic.
No, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Melanie, but like for me, as you know, our oldest are 9. And I certainly think about that too because it's just a level of responsibility that's like really terrifying for me. I don't have the same sort of like car accident trauma, which obviously adds another level for you. But like, how do you actually prepare yourself? And who taught her to drive? Like, back it up for us.
So her father and I both taught her how to drive, but she had to take her you have to take your driver's test in LA, like a certain amount of in-car hours. So I would say it was a mixture, but those are like just an hour and it's like twice a week or something like
With
that, or
an
twice a
instructor.
month. I'm sorry, yes. With you have to sign them up for like a school driving company, whatever, and they take them through the BMV, because I used to call it the DMV, don't ask me why.
What do you mean? It is
The Bureau of
DMV.
Motor Vehicles. Called the BMV.
The Department of Motor Vehicles.
It's called the BMV. It's called the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. In Ohio, it's called the BMV.
But we live in California.
Are
and
you
me?
sure it's called the DMV?
It's called the DMV in California.
You can
Is it?
check. You can check.
Okay.
You got it.
I'll check.
Go
Y'all
for
keep
it.
talking.
Go for it. Yeah.
Well,
tell us all
anyways, my
about it.
brain
She's
is
not gonna
always.
rest until we
I
check.
won't. My brain is always in Ohio, so I'm going to call it the BMV.
Okay.
So either way, she had to take classes there, so she did that, and then we just let her drive every single day with us. So she drove.
Read it
DMV.
aloud. Read it aloud.
Now look up Columbus.
Okay. Girl, we
It is
believe
called.
you.
True. Is it called the BMV in Columbus?
It at least used to be called that, but I think they're all DMV now.
Okay. I'm like, I know I'm not crazy.
We don't think you're crazy.
Well, anyway, so Chia and I would take her driving every day, but you know what we did?
First thing that came up was BMV, Ohio.
Told you, no one losing my mind here. So many different places. But we went to Ohio for the summer, and I decided, I was like, okay, you're taking your driver's lesson in October, your driver's test. I want you to drive every day, and I want you to drive on the freeway in Ohio first before you drive in California on the freeway. So we went to Ohio for the summer, and we were there for almost a month, almost 2 months. And she drove almost every single day. I let her and Kyla, her best friend, drive. I would just pick Kyla up from work, like, you want to drive home? And they just kept driving both of them. And they're both really good drivers. And I was very impressed at their maturity. They don't play around. Like, both of them took it very seriously. And then I took her on the freeway, and she did great. And
Wait, are you sitting in the car
Yes.
like having a panic attack? while this
no,
is happening?
so I just from watching television, right? I always would see like the teens driving and the parents freaking out and the teen gets mad at them. So I didn't have my driver's license until I was 21. I don't know what that experience is for someone to teach you how to drive. I literally just worked, bought a car, went and took my driver's test, and that was that.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to work to afford a car. Nobody was buying me a car, so I just on a bus
No, it was
until
more
I got
the
a
order
car.
of things, not the.
Well, I also got that car with no car insurance, but that's the car I got carjacked.
Don't tell the BMV.
and kidnapped. But anyway, it's fine. It all worked out. The BMP is crazy. But no, so she was driving very well. I decided, because I know my daughter, not to do that. She does not respond to that level of parenting.
Yeah.
So I would just be in a car like this, and I would be like, well, you definitely should slow down a little bit, and she would, and I would be like, okay, well, we're gonna put our blinker light on right here. Well, that was a very wide turn. When to turn your, and that's exactly how I talked to her. And then her and Kyla said, we would like it if you would be like our dads. Our dads just don't say anything in the car. And I said, I'm sorry, what? And she was like, yeah, if I make a wide turn, he just says nothing. We both realized that I did that. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. I was like, I won't yell, I won't scream, I won't freak out, but I'm definitely gonna calmly tell you to correct things before they happen. He would just let her do it, and then later on be like, you turning wide. After we've hit 15 cars, like, I don't understand that. But that's what they said. And I was like, yeah, so that's not happening. But we would take turns driving her. She's done amazing, but it is still like something that I deeply struggle with every day, not putting my trauma on her and making her feel stress about driving. But I literally think about it every day. Every time she gets in a car, I'm like, my sister died in a car accident. But that happens when I get in the car.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to unmove that from my brain.
Is she like, I want to drive by myself?
Every day.
Got it.
Every day. Every day. But something happened. So while we were on when we did our live show, she was pulling into a driveway of the mall, and she was just like getting the ticket. And because we have a Rivian, like sometimes you can hit the thing and it will switch because it's on the top. So like,
What do these words mean?
what the gears?
Gear shifter.
Oh,
The gear
got it,
shifter is
got it.
on the top, not the bottom.
Okay.
So she was like holding the thing, and somebody honked their horn at her. She got scared, and she thought she was braking, but she put it in reverse. So she like backed into a car and hit their mirror or whatever, and caused damage to the car. Not our car, but the other car is fully damaged. And she got like really upset about it and didn't want to drive anymore. And I wasn't there, obviously. So my mom was like, hey, like things happen. This is why we have insurance. And she made her drive again that day just because she didn't want her to like, you know, have that weight on her. But it's funny, we talked until like 2 a.m. and she was like, now I see. She was like, I just felt bad because I kept telling you I was ready to drive by myself. And now I see why you guys said that. And I just need a little more time because I didn't really, you know, so she was very like self-realizing in that moment. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I think, again, when I was talking about the acting and anything, she's so used to being perfect at everything. It's interesting to watch her navigate things that, like, you don't have control over that. And no matter how much you prepare, like, you still don't have any control over that. But also, I was like, girl, grown people scratch their cars every day. The parking lot is the pits of hell. Like, it's going to happen. Like, that to me is not really a real reflection of her driving ability. I was like, it was an accident. I'm just glad it didn't happen on the road and no one was hurt. But yeah, it is, you know, it is a journey for me every day. Just want you to know, every single day I'm thinking about this.
I can imagine.
It's hard.
This is the whole, like, and just our kids doing things without us is a significant maturing as a parent, right? Like people talk about this on the internet all the time. There's a period where you're always with them, right? Because you're feeding them, because you have to change it. Like you're required to take care of them. Somebody is always with them, taking care of them. Then it gets to a point where like you drop them off at school, and now for however many hours a day, somebody else is responsible for them, and there's things happening that you don't see, and and that maturing thing until you get to various stages. Okay, so I think around the same time that Amir got her license, Brooks is in 4th grade, and his 4th grade trip, they had a 3rd grade trip to Sacramento. That was like a 1-day fly out, fly back, and there were chaperones. And
Did you go to that?
Well, that was the day we actually filmed Kerry Washington and Victoria Monet, right?
Oh, yeah.
In LA. And so I couldn't go, even though I had fully planned to. So Tommy went. So yay. Like literally, I was so happy that he could go. So this year in 4th grade, they went to this place. It's like the Pally Institute. It's, think about Big Bear or whatever. I couldn't even tell you where Pally is. That's how little I knew about this. Okay, because they told us this is what we're doing in 4th grade, and really, frankly, gave us very little information outside of that. These kids are going to be hiking. They're going to like stay in like bunks in a cabin. And it's going to be like they're going to learn independence, and that the school does it at the beginning of the school year. October, right? School starts in August or whatever, because it gives the 4th graders like this sense of accomplishment and leadership and like collaboration that is really great through the rest of the year. So I locked in. I was down for all that. But ultimately it kind of just came, and it was like, you know, you've got to get the list of things. So where all the parents are texting, do you have the gloves? Do you have the sleeping bag? Like we're focused on checking the list. And then you put them on a bus?
I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Back up.
Yes, ma'am.
The parents don't go? Are there parent volunteers?
There are no chaperones on this trip.
Just teachers?
Teachers. The Pally Institute has like camp counselors, for lack of a better word. That probably is what they say. But the camp counselors, the teachers at the school, and that's it.
If you wanted, you're not allowed.
On that one.
There's nothing you can do about it. Can't say, I have to go.
Nope. Maybe if your child has some severe allergy or something, you're like, I got to be there, but that didn't happen. It hasn't happened in the many years of this school existing.
When she sent the texts and the pictures, I was just like, wait, he went by himself?
What?
You're getting photos sent to you of your child away at a camp?
Zip lining?
Yes. I literally said it in the chat. I was like, wait a second. He went on an overnight trip.
3
then
nights.
I had a whole
2 nights. 3 nights.
A whole download about Cam being 9. And I'm like, am I ready for Cam
I
to
don't
go
know
on
if
an
I would
overnight?
have let Azara do that. I'm being honest. She's not. I don't know if I would have been able to let go. That's amazing. Like, I think those things are amazing, and kids that get to have those experiences always have these like amazing, cool stories, and it probably makes them more independent in a good way.
Yeah.
I really want to be that mom. I actually really do. Like, I want to be like, yeah, my kids went to summer camp, and I'll see them in a week.
I mean, what's your child name? Amira goes to camp.
Girl, she is
With Kyla.
I was gonna say the Mira gets to experience life with Kyla. Those are the stipulations. And she's also doing this at the first time she did it, she was like 14, 15 with Kyla.
So this is a school that he's been in for 4 years. 4 years since kindergarten. Is that 4 or 5? Kindergarten, first,
I
second,
don't know.
third, fourth.
Nobody can.
This is the
do
5th
math.
year.
Okay, there
This
we
is
go.
the 5th year he's been at this school. I know so many of his classmates and their parents and Not everybody, of course. And so there's a certain amount of trust in the school that we pay for him to attend. And the fact that they do this year after year. And it was 3 days and 2 nights. So you put them on a bus.
Do they shower?
Yeah. And they had to wear shower shoes or bring shower shoes. There was actually one
Tripping
person
me
I
out.
heard who didn't. But she was literally like, that was gross. I'm not doing that. I need to do that as soon as I get home. Thanks. But good for her for like knowing like, I don't want to do it. So 3 days, 2 nights, and they go on the bus and they do everything from hiking. They had like not a scavenger hunt, but it was like find things in nature and take pictures of it. I don't know if they had real cameras or cell phones, but the teachers and some of the kids for this particular activity had cell phones. The teachers are taking pictures the whole time and uploading them day after day. That part actually was like a lot of photos.
Okay.
And videos. And so you're seeing your kid on day one, like thriving.
That's beautiful.
Like it was really interesting. Cause it was kind of, once he was gone, I was like, wow, like he's gone.
Oh, does he have a cell phone?
No, and if he did, they're not allowed to take it.
Oh, hell no.
I think I know some parents who put like air tags in the backpacks.
Yeah, did you do that?
No, I didn't.
Girl, you went full throttle trust mode.
did.
Yeah, she said,
I
give it up to
did.
God.
Did the kids call you? Is there like a daily
No.
check-in call?
Nope.
Ma'am, this sounds like
Nope. Again,
like a
this is
nightmare.
5 years into this school. I know these kids. I know these teachers.
I don't even know if I would let my kids do that with like a friend.
No, if it was a friend, it would be different.
Would you let Cam go on a
I mean, unless it was like a bestie where I'm besties with the parents.
Jared and I talked about this actually after, because I told
Okay.
him about the trip, and I was like, Cody's son went on a trip for 2-3 days by himself with the school. And I said, would you be okay? Like, what if that happens for Cam? I said, would you be okay? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you would? And he's like, yeah.
Wow.
And then I paused and I was like, okay, I guess I would be too.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think it all depends on what it is.
Yeah.
But you guys also have boys.
I was gonna say this, that's what I was gonna use. Like, I don't know if I could let Azara, but also I saw my brother do this with his daughters as well.
Really?
Yes, they went away to camp for a week.
Yeah, see, I'm not ready for that.
A week. And I was like, you're letting the girls go for a week? And they went, had a great time, pictures were sent, it was the same thing. I can't remember exactly how old they were. I think they were a little older than the boys are right now. I just remember thinking, this is wild.
Yeah.
But it's organized. I remember taking them one day to the bus and dropping them off with my brother to take them to the bus. And it is a thing. It is a thing
Yeah.
that kids do, and it's a part of their enrichment and their
Yeah.
development in the community that we have entrusted them to, which is kind of wild. But I want to say this, because this conversation keeps coming up so often for me. We talk about air tags, phone calls, FaceTime, pictures being uploaded. When I was a kid, we were gone till the street lights came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also like 3 ingredients in our chips. It was just a completely different world.
No, but were the dangers less, or are we just more aware of them now?
I actually think they were a little less.
I think data says that we're more aware of them now. But I also
Really?
think times have changed, so,
So, like, kidnappings?
dangers are different, right? Like there's the danger of technology.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
But to your point, like kidnappings and stuff like that, like, well, first of all, that's not happening at the Pauli Institute. But to your point, I mean, it's very structured.
Okay.
But to your point, like my understanding is that the danger has not increased.
Okay.
We're just more aware of everything. we're seeing things that we never
I
saw
don't know why
before.
the world just feels different, but to your
Because
point, maybe it's because
we're
we're
Because we
overly
see everything.
exposed. Like, not internationally, I'm not surprised by that. I've always, like, that's like, okay, well, now we just can see it more often, but like, that doesn't feel new to me.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know why it just feels different. Because we did, go out into the street lights
But
came
we
on.
also
those-
are the parents. It feels different because back then we were like, give me my freedom. And now we're
Yeah.
like, I need to know everything that you're doing.
But I think about
Okay.
my parents. My parents were so strict, so strict. I was not allowed to do anything, but I was allowed to roam them streets till get on my bicycle and ride with my friends
Wow.
and go and never tell my parents, check, hey mom, stop at a payphone. Never check them, oh, I'm at the convenience store. Okay, now we're at the park. Now I'm at so-and-so's house. Now, like,
Yeah.
no. My mom would just be like, you better be home by the time the street lights come on. And if you don't, you will not be going out anymore.
I never had that experience.
But when I think about that, it goes against everything that aligns with who I had as a child, who I have this memory of how my parents raised me. Very strict, very restricted, very disciplined. But yet my parents were also like, see you at the streetlights.
That's wild.
And now me, this evolved parent in the world of I can air tag you, I can know where you at, I can say yes, I can say no, I can give you things, I can't give you. I'm still like, ride outside with the air till the streetlights come on? Absolutely not.
No.
Never.
No,
Never.
I truly never.
Like Cam can't just get on his bike and go ride into the to the sunset with his homies.
Jared and I were driving down the street the other day and we saw a boy that was maybe probably 2 years older than Cameron. And he was riding on his bike down the main street by himself.
Oof.
And I looked over at Jared and I said, is that gonna be Cam?
Oof.
Jared looked at me and he said, yeah. I was not ready. I was not ready. And Cam is a trustworthy kid.
Yeah.
He's also a bigger kid. He, people like, nobody's just gonna snatch him up real easy. He's big, he's strong, it is what it is. But like, I really think about those things and I'm just like, what? The disconnect, it's not computing. And just like you said, like now we're the parents, so now we're aware of the
Yeah.
dangers and it's our job, but we have more means of technology to track our children, but yet also more fear. Which
Well, I mean, the more you know, the more
Yeah,
you fear.
absolutely.
Ignorance is bliss.
Absolutely.
That's
and just
what
to
it
be
is.
clear, I went to summer camp in Boston, Massachusetts, 6 summers in a row
Oh,
from Texas?
from Texas.
what was the camp called?
out of state?
So the first one was Camp Atwater.
I heard of that.
And I probably said it to you before.
Oh, okay.
And it was on a lake, and we were in cabins.
You guys have met before.
Okay.
I remembered something she
We had a
told
few
me.
hundred-
I told you that
100,000
probably
conversations.
in relationship to Amir going to camp.
Maybe, yeah.
And we were in cabins, and I think I might have gone at 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I probably, but my sister went, who's 5 years older than me. My cousin went, 4 years
At the
older than
same
me.
time
At
as
the
you?
same time, we all went.
That's
Me
different.
and like the other friends that, like my mama's friends whose kids were my friends. Like it was like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Now, it was like 6 of us in the grand scheme of, I don't know, let's call it 100 or 200, I don't remember, campers, which there's safety in that we are going together. Our parents did fly to Boston and drop us off and all that stuff. But there's in my mind as a parent, there's the unknown of all this other 90 people,
Yeah.
right? With this Pally thing, so I say that to say, I'm not ready for my children, Brooks in particular, the oldest, to go to camp like I did. I am not ready for that
Yeah.
because of the unknown of the other 90.
But what if he asked to go?
I'm not ready. But with we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But with this Pally thing, the school, I know everyone there. Everyone that I know is there. So
Yeah.
it's a different, very structured situation that was much more comfortable to me.
That makes sense.
Now, if he asked to go, I don't know, child, because Tommy would probably let him do it. We are entertaining, like, there's a NASA camp that, it's funny, we have friends who took their 4th grader, because you have to be in 4th or going into 5th this past summer, and there's 2. There's one in Alabama and there's one in Cape Canaveral, and they black. And they took him up there, and then the dad was like, I'm not leaving my child in Alabama, and stayed in a hotel the whole week.
I would have too. I would not leave my black
Like,
baby in Alabama
I was
either.
like, good idea.
At a
sir.
NASA camp, so they can go to the fake moon again.
We're not doing this. We are not doing this. Do not come for Neil Armstrong today, please. So, anywho, we don't even entertain her.
Oh, she's gonna go down a rabbit hole with me. If there's anyone in this world that I know will take a trip with me down conspiracy lane, it is Melanie the Fiona. Okay.
So that said, he wasn't about to leave his baby in Alabama, so he stayed in a hotel. That would probably be. I'm just not ready for the camp. You are away. You are like
No.
I don't know what it would. If he really wanted to, I
would
would
let him
find
go.
a way to prepare myself.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I am. I'm a very much like, I need to know who all gonna be there. I
Yeah.
need to, okay, hey friends of Brooks, do you want to go to this camp
Yep.
too? Okay, mamas, I would be lobbying for everybody to go.
Yeah.
So that he is with his tribe.
People.
I would be calling all the administrators, getting to know everybody. I would call in, who do I know that knows them to make sure my baby's okay?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure my mom did when we went to Camp Atwater. Oh, shout out Camp Atwater, because the second one was Camp Exploration, which I believe still exists. And that was on the campus of Wellesley College in Boston as well.
Okay, Boston.
6 summers, Boston. That was crazy.
Wow.
For weeks at a time.
What are there any moments for you as parents where you've seen your children definitively turn that corner of maturity and okay, we're leveling up in a way? Because even like this, so we moved.
Yep.
And
did.
we did.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So we moved from, LA to the East Coast, and we are seeing that Cam has really leveled up really beautifully on his own accord and on his own time. So I think it has a lot to do with the school that he's going to now. It's a bigger school. It has lockers. He has a rotating schedule.
That's
He
so
has
cool.
an aesthetic courses. He's learning different enrichment programs. It's just a very diverse and well-rounded experience that I'm so grateful that he's having. So I think it gives him this level of confidence. You never know who your child is going to be in those moments. It could be the thing that's just like, I don't like it. This is all new. I'm shutting down. I'm a shell of myself. And Cameron did not. He really blossomed. He's being responsible. He gets up in the morning. He's getting himself together. He's finishing his homework without being asked. He's doing all these things
Wow.
where he's showing himself leveled up. And so this year, even for Halloween, we did not take him trick-or-treating.
Oh, you did?
Why?
He went with his friends.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know this.
Yes, and not
Are
by
these new
not by
friends?
himself. Yes and no. So, ironically, we had another family from LA who he happens to play basketball with that moved at the same time that we did because God said, y'all are going to have village immediately. And so there was this in the city that we live in. There's a town, like they block off the street, and it's like Halloween Central.
Oh, that
and
sounds
so
fun.
I wanted to take Kaya at 4:00 in the afternoon because she's 3. And so I was meeting up with some other moms that I had met who also have younger kids who told me about it. So I was like, Cam's not gonna want to do that. He's gonna want to go with his homies. So the mom of the homie, who I know and trust, Cameron goes over there to their house. Again, I told you we know them from California. She said he wants to go with his friends, so I don't mind. If Cam wants to come, I can come pick him up and take him. And so Jared and I were leaving and taking Kaya to the kiddie part, and we were leaving Cam, and I was like, all right, bye, Cam. And he's like, bye, Mom, like unfazed. And I was like, this is the first year we're not taking Cam trick-or-treating in his whole life. And I paused, and I was like, how do we feel about this, Jared? And he's like, it's okay. And I was like, it is okay. But there was something and he wasn't fazed either. Like, he's just like, it's cool. I got my friends, I got my homies. And again, like I said, I trusted the mom. But then when we were apart, I was like, I didn't air tag him.
Yep.
I'm like, we didn't talk about ground rules. Like I told him, I was like, be respectful.
Yep.
You listen to Miss Nicole, like you stay with your friends. But I saw them streets on Halloween. They
Yeah.
are hectic
Chaos.
and chaos.
Yeah.
And you can easily, kids get excited, they run to another house.
Yeah.
Now you've lost your group of friends. We didn't have a plan. Even though I trusted everyone involved, there's so many variables, and I was freaked out a little bit. Now, mind you, she kept me,
Yeah.
she shared her location
Yeah.
with me. We kept in touch every step of the way. But I had a realization that we were actually leveling up in our dynamic.
Yeah.
He's now going places without us. He's being more responsible for himself. There is a field trip that's coming up with his school where it is going to be a sleepaway thing, and I think I'm okay with
Really?
yeah.
Wait, are there parent chaperones?
No,
In another
I don't know. Let me not say I don't know yet.
In
the school
another
year.
state?
No, it's going to be in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's going to be the first time that he sleeps away.
Yeah.
Without
Oh,
us.
wow.
Yeah. Outside of like going to visit grandparents or anything
Yeah.
like that. In fact, actually, I lie. He had one sleepover with his best friend that used to live in LA. His family moved to upstate New York in the pandemic, and we kept in touch, and we trust them implicitly. Like, we really, really do. We slept over at their house the first time we all went to visit. So this last time when we were visiting the East Coast over the summer, Cam stayed up there. We stayed at a hotel not far, and we left with Kaya, and they had a sleepover, and we were right back there in the morning for breakfast. But it's a leveling up that's happening, and he's our oldest. But also, I really am enjoying seeing Cam gain that independence for himself.
Yeah.
I told you I have 2 children. They're very different. Cameron is more the codependent child, and Kaya is definitely more independent in spirit. So to see him having that sense of confidence, and I mentioned this the other day, he had his first school dance, wanting to know how it was going to go. We knew about the dance. He never said he wanted to go, and then the night before, he's like, "Mom, I want to go to the dance tomorrow." So immediately,
the night
said,
before?
yes. So I was like, "Okay, well, I guess we're going to the dance," and parents could go. And so I remember going in and thinking to myself, the whole school is there, and he doesn't have his group of friends yet. You know, when you got a school dance,
you
sure you
go
see it
with
with a
your
mirror, you
homies.
call your homies, and be like,
Yep.
"We're going to meet up at this time, and I'm going to be..." No. We walked in there, and I watched him walk around for about 10 minutes by himself. And a girlfriend was with me, and I was like, "My heart is breaking." She's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because he's just walking around, and he hasn't found his friends. He doesn't have somebody to go find and experience the haunted Halloween stuff and the dance, and he's just walking around." And she's like, "He could be at home, too scared to show up at this dance."
Aww.
Not me crying.
And I was like,
Girl, it's right there. The show.
No, not that. I'm okay. Sucking it back up.
and I thought to myself, "You're right."
Yeah.
Like, he could be that kid that's too anxious or too uncomfortable to even leave. He said he wanted to go.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I could be there and he didn't feel like he needed to be attached to me. Now, also, there was 800,000 kids. So he was also leaving me to walk around. I was
Yeah,
like, "Wait,
to
where are
find
you
the
going? We don't have
kids.
a plan." You know, so it's now the conversations of independence now change, I think, in our household as to how do we talk to you through these independence? Okay, what type of choices do you make? Here, let's go over the ground rules. You don't leave with anybody. I don't care if they say that they're friends of mine. You don't leave with anybody but me.
Yeah.
And now we've also been entertaining the idea of a smartwatch for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, it gets to a point.
It gets to a point.
Gets to a point where now, I have to pick up Kaya from school. We live on the East Coast. It's going to be snowing. There's going to be places where she might be asleep in the car after I pick her up. I might take her out into the snow. I might have to text him on his watch
Yeah.
that's text only
Yeah.
or whatever and say, "Hey, meet me here. I'm at this corner of the school."
Yeah.
So it's a change that's happening for us
Yeah.
in our house too, and it's crazy to think that you got one kid who's driving, another kid at sleepaway camp. My kid is like, be out here in this world going. I really try my best to be as progressive as I should be in this world, but also these are our babies.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any level of full assurance any parent can ever have. You have to just kind of also have faith, trust, have the conversations, know
Yeah.
that you've done the best that you can to prepare your kids to be in the world.
No,
and that's
absolutely.
parenting on a whole.
No, I agree. I think too, just watching them evolve allows you, when they do a task and they do it safely, it gives you like a little sigh of relief where you're like, okay, I could give them a little bit more.
gives
You know
Trust
what
is
I'm-
earned.
Yeah, just a little bit. It does, and it builds their confidence. And when you see them confident, it actually makes you more confident. But we have to realize that we have to be the ones to let go in order to allow them to gain that confidence.
Yeah.
But I think that that's really hard for me, the letting go part. I mean, my kids don't even go to public school, so I'm not like the most trusting of the universe. But I do feel like I'm getting a little bit better, especially with the middles. I think I have a level of comfort because they're always together and they like to do a lot of things together.
Yeah.
But even when it's funny, I missed Halloween because we had to work in Ohio. So we had to do a whole activation on Halloween, and I was so sad because I've never missed a holiday ever in all my years of parenting. And those things are important to me because I feel like we have to parent every day. Like holidays, I look forward to those. They're fun. We love Halloween. It's just like a thing, and our little rituals where we're like read scary books and like watch movies. So it was interesting because the girls went trick-or-treating with my homegirl M and my friend Tisa and my mom and Vivian, and they went in View Park area or whatever, and it was cute. But they did it without me, and they had a good time, and people were sending me pictures of my kids, and they were like, they're so sweet, they had a good time. And it's just interesting to watch them have memories without you and have a life without you, but then you know that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like they spend such a short period of their time little that I want to hold on to all of that, because for the rest of their life, they'll be doing things without me. With their kids, with their friends, they're going to get to a point where they're like, oh, this birthday trip, I'm going with my homies. Like, that's the thing. Our kids are going to get to a point where they want to spend their birthdays with their friends and not us, which is
No, they
wild.
won't.
Okay. Do you spend your birthday with your mom?
I don't spend my birthday with my kids half the time.
Okay.
Just kidding. It's Halloween.
That's a lie. You spend your
It's
birthday with your
Halloween,
kids
I have
every
to.
year.
But yeah, so actually my mother was in town for Halloween this year.
Oh, that's nice.
No, you're right though. I'm just kidding.
I know
You're
I'm right.
totally right.
But this is why you also have to always remember yourself in this process.
Yeah.
Because
That's
them
true.
kids are going to grow up.
Yeah.
The kids
Yeah.
are going to go off and find their friends and say, deuces, Mom, I want to spend it with my friends. That's why it's important for yourself.
Yeah.
If you have a spouse or a partner, those relationships are being fostered and nurtured and maintained. Like, these are all real things. The babies growing up really shine a light on the gaps, I think, within ourselves when we're not as distracted with having to micromanage the children and be there for everything and have to do all of those things. Unless you're Ashley and you have 4 children and you're just doing it at different stages. But it's really true. Like, you have to remember that there is going to come a time when these kids don't need you to drive them to practice anymore. They can drive themselves, you know? So it's a
I don't like to think of that.
It's a
One at a time, one at a time.
wild thing.
And I just want to say that one of the things that really helped with Pally, because I wasn't that stressed about it, but I was aware, like, oh, this is a very interesting situation.
Yeah.
Is the night before, he was so excited.
The joy.
He could not sleep. Like, it was
Yes.
like this crazy energy. And it was really fascinating to see him like that. And I was just happy to be there for that.
Yeah, to facilitate
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that was really meaningful.
And to honor that and to not project your own things
Yeah.
that you're experiencing as
Yeah.
a kid that he will never understand because he's just the kid excited
Yeah.
about the thing.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what you talk about on the Mama's Day with us. And then
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
he gets to live his best 9-year-old Pally adventure life.
That's why we're here, to get
Yeah.
out the feelings.
I'm
So
proud
thanks,
of us.
y'all.
No, I am.
Yes.
I think that's the takeaway is we have to be brave so our children can be brave.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to be brave because you have the oldest child, and it prepares me and Melanie for life.
Gotcha,
Girl.
boo.
We appreciate you.
She's going to dances.
She'll be like 20-something by the time
She
your
got
kids
her
are older,
nose
so she can drive
pierced.
your kids around.
I can't even believe it.
I know, she does have a nose ring. She's so cute, though.
She's so cute.
So cute. I love
I mean,
her.
hers growing up.
Obsessed.
Yes. All right. Well, Mama's Den Village, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back next Monday. In the interim, you can make sure you're following us on all the podcast platforms. Follow us on Instagram at The Mama's Den Podcast. And if you have questions, comments, no concerns, you can email us love letters at podcasts
With
an
an
S.
S at blacklove.com. See you next week.
Bye. Be brave.